Hey everyone, this is just your friendly reminder that there is a snowstorm coming to the East Coast, and I just wanted to share a few reminders to some of my friends and anybody following my page or my content for things that maybe you should be thinking about doing several days ahead of time. And now is probably the best time to get started on that and take any extra time you have once you're out of work, your kids are out of school, and just take this time to get those things tested, to get product or groceries or any other items that you need for your home. And here's a few reminders that we're doing to prep. You saw me post the other day. Sorry, I got a little notepad because I'm a little nerdy like that. So the other day I went to BJ's and a few other grocery stores that I didn't show to start making sure we had everything we needed as far as food was concerned. If we were to have multiple days we weren't able to leave the house. Our home is set up as such that that's not really a problem for us, but I know that it is a problem for some people. So just little friendly reminders in case you need it. And I'm not one, I always joke about how I don't like people telling me what to do or anything, but sometimes you can get in like a little brain fog and you should be doing something, you should be preparing for something coming, a storm or whatnot, but for the life of you, you just can't think of anything. And I know that as a mom, a lot of times I just have to go back to a list. I have to go back to maybe something that I did before because my brain is just failing me. Okay, so that's why it's so good to have videos like this posted, content like this posted, because some people just need that, especially if they're really overwhelmed by what's coming or what's happening. So that's kind of the purpose of it. If it doesn't apply to you, then feel free to scroll, but maybe it could be helpful for some people who haven't thought of these things or you're delaying doing any of these things. So one of the things that the biggest thing people recommend is bottled water or pre-filtered water. So like if you have a gravity fed filter in your house, I have a Berkey. And so what we'll do a lot of times is go ahead and pre-filter extra water so that we have it on hand in jugs, and you can use glass or plastic if you save from a previous purchase of water or whatnot. But that's something you can do. Water bottles, you can do jugs, whatever works. Okay, so you definitely want to be ready there. There is, if you go to Walmart, there is a Mainstays double burner that plugs in. And so some people, depending on your situation and your home, you may not be able to use your full stove or range. Some people don't have this problem. Some people have propane and things like that. But if you're on limited power source, you can get a double burner that plugs in from Walmart, and you can use it to cook your food. It's great for that. Some countertop appliances may work as well, like an air fryer, to do other like oven type tasks and things. But just depending on your situation and whatever wattage you're working with for a storm, that's something to consider maybe going and getting. And I just looked that up on Walmart's website, and it's probably about $37, $38 plus tax for the double burner. And we have one as well. So I would say for anyone living in like a condo or an apartment, maybe check whatever kind of emergency protocols they have for your apartment complex, your condo. I have no idea if this is the case, but I would do it if I owned an apartment or a condo. I would offer and definitely have a generator available, limited power for all of the units. For the apartment, I have no idea if that's an option though for you. If it's not, then you might want to real quick do some research on what would happen if that apartment, maybe you've already experienced this, has lost power, because some of the temperatures they're saying, y'all, are going to be extremely, extremely cold for this area, for the East Coast. And I don't think it's been like this since I was a kid. That's going to be hard if you're in a place that you can't plug anything in, you can't get any other heat source. So you might even want to look into some emergency or thermal blankets if you're not able to leave your apartment or your condo, so that you're at least able to trap your own body heat. For your family, maybe talk to some friends or family that have houses, that if things got bad, you could kind of go bunk with them for a few days. One of the other things, we just did this today, which was check your generators and run them, test them. I think my husband said, well, good thing I did it today because I had to spray some ether on it or whatever. And he ran it. It's just been a while since the last time we had used it. So most country folk are really good about that. But if you don't use a generator a lot, you can forget. You can forget that you do need to run it. Otherwise you might run into an issue, and you don't want that to happen when you need it to start up. So check your generators, run them if you need to. Fill up any fuel tanks or vehicles. I wouldn't wait till Friday. I would do that at least by tomorrow. To get your stuff ready, any fuel jugs that you have that you use for just extra, and that will just come in real handy. Also pantry food, things that do not require a heat source or a refrigerator. Now, a refrigerator, you're probably not going to have a problem simply because of the temperature outside. But you still are going to probably want some things, especially for your kids and stuff, that will not have to be cooked. Applesauce pouches, different chips and stuff like that. And I know this isn't the healthiest stuff to suggest and everything like that, but really a lot of it is just, I just want to share that, for people to be safe, to take care of their families, and to do what you can to prepare. Because if it gets really serious, y'all, it's so hard when you're in the midst of a storm crisis to do these things. If you can just do a few things to help your family and to get yourself ready for it, then you'll be so much better off in the long run. So if I think of anything else, I will post it and share with you. So this is definitely not out of fear, but I was just thinking, what would I do if I could call each person that followed me or was friends? What would I do for a friend? I would just say, hey, don't forget, do you have water? What's your heat situation going to look like? Have you turned on your generator lately? And different things like that. So just a little friendly hello and get yourself ready. Okay, y'all? So I hope to see you in the comments, and let me know if you guys have any other ideas that could be helpful to share. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.